What's up, y'all? It's Whiskey Joe, and welcome back to another CRAS recap. Week 1 of Cycle 3 just finished up, so let's dive into what happened this week. Monday, we kicked things off with an intro to MIDI class. If you're not familiar, MIDI is just a protocol that allows digital instruments to communicate with each other. We weren't using the keyboards just yet, just working inside of Logic Pro, testing out virtual instruments, mapping MIDI notes, tweaking velocity, and playing with some quantization. I have played around with MIDI before, but actually diving into the details helped me understand it a bit more than I had originally. Tuesday, we were back in the live sound room talking about the technical side of the speed of sound. Not the most exciting stuff when it comes to the math portion of it, but it's good information to know. Then we spent a good portion of the class talking about comb filtering, and it had various demonstrations showing us what it is, how it works, and so on. Towards the end of class, we walked around the room while blasting In the Ear Tonight, seeing how the music sounds in different areas of the room. Turns out it sounded the best all the way in the back. You could feel the boomy bass, and the highs and mids weren't too harsh. First thing on Wednesday was going over a few proficiencies we'll have to do over the next few weeks in cycles. Then for the remainder of class, we went over a few more dynamic processors, specifically gates, compressors, and limiters, talking about the differences between them, the application in which they are used, for example, how you would use a gate on a drum track, and even the history behind them. Thursday, we had our first session, which was a vocal clinic. Before that, we briefly went over the 10 rules of studio etiquette with a different instructor. Then we got to work. First, we set up the live room with 3 vocal mics, an SM7B, a U87, and a Copperhead. We routed the mics to different channels via the patch bay, sent the vocals to a compressor insert, then out a post aux send to a reverb unit, made a headphone mix for the artist, recorded one take of the vocals on each mic, and compared them afterwards. The pressure was definitely on, and attention to detail was key since the instructor gave us the instructions, then left us to do the work and came back to see how we did. It wasn't graded, but obviously you want to do a good job. Friday, we spent the first hour of class reviewing what we'll need to know for our next MP test, so method questions, drawing out signal flow, and some general questions that we can expect to be on the test. Then for the rest of the time, we mixed a track as a class. I don't know if I picked a favorite class so far already, but this is for sure my favorite class we've had to date. We messed around with the EQs on different channels, threw in compressors, reverbs, and a delay in through the patch bay, recorded it with the MDR, listened back, and compared our mix to the morning class's mix. Super fun way to close out the week. And on Saturday, I went in for my solo run through of the Studio B proficiency, and also attended a review class for that proficiency also to really solidify my understanding of what's to be expected. I also managed to get my cable wrapping cert knocked out while I was there too, so that's exciting. But that's everything for this week's recap. Be sure to like, subscribe, all that fun stuff. Feel free to leave any questions about the program below, and thanks so much for watching. I'll see y'all in the next video.